durer environ 30 minutes. Et je crois qu'on aura fait le tour de grâce. Écoutons-nous, donc ne revenons pas sur les questions que les autres ont déjà posées, sauf s'il faut ajouter quelque chose. Voilà, merci. Nous allons commencer par là.
Bonjour coach. Bonjour. Je suis Sylvestre Tangao, je travaille pour Conférence télévision. Alors, est-ce que vous avez la certitude que votre groupe va donner la page de ce qui s'est passé à Yaoundé? Vous avez un match dans 2 jours sur un match de la Guinée-Bissau. Est-ce que vous avez la certitude, vous avez discuté avec ces gars? Est-ce que vous savez qu'ils ont vraiment, vous êtes sûr qu'ils vont vraiment tourner la page? Je pose la question parce que depuis qu'ils sont quand même arrivés ici, on voit certains qui nous ont habitués à être les ambianceurs, je le dis comme ça du groupe. Le cas de l'Ambroise ou de par exemple, on ne le reconnaît pas. Il est comme Timoré. Est-ce qu'ils ont tourné la page?
Now you want to know, after what happened, the crisis in Yaoundé, are you sure that your players, your team is okay is ready for the match of the first match? And they say that they are asking this question because when he saw the team, he saw the players, they don't have the impression that they are like they usually do. They usually be like Oyongo Bitolo usually be so joyful, but they seem so down. Are they okay?
Yeah.
Are they ready?
Yes. Well, Oyongo, when he's tired, he always has a face like this. He was just tired. It was when we came, and this is only our second day, so many players were tired because it was a long trip. But in no moment anything in the team spirit has changed. Actually, the crisis have reinforced the group to be together. It's a joyful group, obviously. When you take certain positions as a group of players, you know there are some more tension. But I think they've been very mature in the way they have acted, and they've decided to be here and to fight for their colors. And I have nothing to complain in terms of discipline, in terms of intensity in the training sessions and concentration, and also the joy. Actually, yesterday was Bitolo's birthday, and it was it was nice. It was nice to celebrate that together. So yes, the team is ready. The team is focused, and they can't wait to start the first match.
N'empêche que le contexte n'est pas du tout idéal en fait pour préparer ce genre de rendez-vous 7-4 avec ça aurait été quand même mieux d'arriver plus tôt. Ça va pas avoir un impact ça sur cette compétition.
The fact that you arrived maybe one day after the one you were supposed to come, did it have any consequences on the preparation on the mental of the players?
No, I mean, obviously it has consequences because you need to readapt your schedule, right, and programming. But I'm a person, and so is my staff, to find the opportunity in the crisis, right? Crisis is also opportunity, and I think that the bond, internal bond, is stronger, and the motivation is not less. There's more motivation. We have that less training sessions, but on the other hand, we were able to maintain a high motivation, and that's probably the most important thing.
Coach, you're editor by sports editor of CRTV Radio. When you read the articles that have been published lately, Cameroon, defending African champions, are not among the favorites to clinch the 2019 edition. How does this make you feel? Do you think there's a lot of pressure on Cameroon to perform, to prove that at least they've got something to show being the defending African champions in this competition?
First of all, I don't read what you read, so, and I'm not really interested in those type of opinions. The history tells that Cameroon, after Egypt, is the second most victorious nation of the AFCON. So only that says enough. Then you know, words can be interesting, but Cameroon is always one of the favorites. Like Ghana is always one of the favorites. Like Morocco is always one of the favorites. Like Egypt is always one of the favorites. It doesn't matter if they are considered less important in terms of players. I will give an example of Europe. When Germany goes to a tournament, even if they have lost 5 matches in a row before, they're one of the favorites. Italy is always one of the favorites. Brazil is always one of the favorites. Then you need to perform. Then you need to show it on the field. And I think that's the most important point that you made. We feel that we have the possibility to do something important, but we also know that we need to prove it on the field. Words, you know, are taken away by the wind. So the way the team is working at the moment and has worked on this whole preseason, I'm very happy about that, and convinced that we are ready to fight to maintain the title, knowing that we have great competition and good teams out there as well.
Do you still have the same objectives at the start of the competition when you went to Yaoundé? After the incident, you still have the same objectives before coming in? Do you still have the same objectives? What are your objectives? Because at the start of the competition, you had a different spirit when you were preparing the team. After the incident in Yaoundé, you still have the same objectives, and you think your boys can deliver the goods?
It's the same question as before. But I don't understand the question really. The same objectives in which sense?
I mean your personal objectives.
Okay, why would that be changed? You tell me, why would that be changed?
After the incident, maybe you have other ideas that have come up in your mind, because I'm sure it's the first time you are experiencing what happened in America.
Believe me, you think that Cameroon is the only place in the world with this type of issues. I've lived this already, many times, many times.
Thank you.
Yes, so it's not a problem. I look at what I see in the training. You know, for us it's like to get feedback, you see what's happening in the training. And every training has been with good intensity, right focus. Then off the field, you know, we have discussions, you talk about stuff, which is normal. We've been together now for 3 full weeks. And it's like a family, you know. In family, sometimes you discuss, you have a little crisis, you solve it, you go on, you become stronger, you celebrate again. And I think that's the situation. But for me, nothing has changed. Huh?
Thank you very much, Coach. This is Bennett from Cameroon Radio Television. The question is, amongst your 23, you have first-timers. You're going to meet first-timers, those who are going to play the AFCON for the very first time, occupying some key positions. I'm talking about, you know, you have people like Gaitambong, you have Mercurey, you have Arada Hyde Dawa, and the others. What challenge does that give you at the level of deciding from experience and the newcomers? How are you planning to handle that?
Oh, it's a nice question. I think it shows that we have a good balance of fresh players that have not experienced this yet, so the motivation is very high from those players, and they transmit it in the training sessions as well. On the other side, we have very experienced players, so there's a good balance. And as I said, at the end we need to play. You know, we can talk a lot about the matches, but at the end it's about the performance on the pitch. And after the first match, everything will be so much easier, because then you have really something to talk about. You have something tangible. But we are prepared to face the challenge. Physically, mentally, and tactically, we are good. Technically, of course, we have enough talent in the team to perform. So yes, we are confident that the mix is right.
Merci, bonjour.
Bonjour.
C'est la première Coupe d'Afrique des Nations à 24 pays en Afrique. Pour beaucoup d'observations, on estime que le premier tour pour les ténors, c'est un peu le tour de choc, une sorte d'entraînement avant l'entrée véritable en matière en huitième de finale. Donc l'enjeu, c'est de terminer premier. Est-ce que c'est comme ça que vous aussi vous sentez cela?
It's the first time that the AFCON will play with
24 teams, yes.
players. plus 4 teams, and you think that the first round is just like a training.
Warm up, yeah.
Yes, it's just like a training, and that the main challenge will begin after that first round. Do you think is this the right thing? Is it what you think also?
Well, I don't think there exists any warm-ups in tournaments because the first match is fundamental. Winning the first match is a big step to stay in the tournament. And then from the 8 finals is direct knockout system, so these are all finals afterwards. But I think it's always tricky, right? You have maybe on paper you can see there's more stronger teams, less strong teams, but you still need to win. And we have seen already how Egypt suffered in the first match, and the other team, nobody's just running over any team. So we are taking this very serious, this first match, and making sure that we are prepared, and then we need to play. But they're going to give their lives against Cameroon in the first match, and we were going to give our lives as well, because these are very fundamental 3 points.
Yes, also saying that the challenge is to be the first of the group.
Always. We always want to be first in anything. Yes.
Hi, Anton Avab for Canal Plus Africa.
Yes.
Just to finish about Yaoundé, how you as a coach did you personally deal with that situation that is an uncommon situation as a player and as a coach?
Uncommon, you say?
And not common situation.
No, in football it's very common. It maybe not be expressed in Europe. It happens. It happened in South America. It happens everywhere. So maybe not so common with the clubs I played for. But in football, it's unfortunately very common.
And so, how did you personally deal with this situation?
I made sure that to advise the players in the best way possible. And to maintain a balance in what the action of the fields are and what we need to do on the field. And they have been acting very mature, as I said before. This is a great group to work with. From the day we started this journey, there are constantly challenges, all kinds of types, but with the players actually it has been really great to work with. And they're very motivated not only to perform on the field but also to try to make some changes to improve things, and I think that is very positive. Now, the way things are done, we can discuss that for hours and days maybe, but the fact is that they did it as a group, and also now they're here as a group and they focus on the match. So the crisis is done, it's over, and there's only one focus now. You're welcome. I use 3 systems.
3 systems of press. Do you think is there some players who told you that they are more on fit when they are in that system or another one?
No, because all the systems that we've played, we play the players in a position that is good for their characteristics. It's a real positive thing that we have that capability as group to be able to switch without losing our philosophy, without getting confused, right? Which can happen a lot of time when you start changing. Obviously, we will look game by match what fits us best to try to win the match. For me, the playing system is secondary to the philosophy. So first we know how we want to play with the ball, how we want to defend, the way we want to defend, where we defend. But then when you have the ball, there's a lot of things that we take into consideration. Also, when we defend, you try to defend in a certain way. So when you have the ball in transition, then you have the players in certain positions as well. But the fact that they are so capable of switching systems and still feel comfortable, that is great for us. Yes.
Coach, you see that the spirit of a leader is always what the followers will take, the team will take. We already know the spirit of the players, but now let us get into the sixth sense of the leader, of the coach. Away from the training and beyond the training, your sixth sense, what is your sixth sense telling you about the tournament that you begin on Tuesday?
I haven't fine-tuned in yet on my sixth sense. I will try tonight, maybe on the balcony. I have not been focused on that yet. But now that you ask the question, my sense is that there's potential here, and but we need the first match. Ask me the question again then, because at the end we need to have confirmation on what is the real deal, But it feels good. It feels good. I feel there's a group that is united. I feel there's players that are motivated, and I think that's a great basis to start to work and to enter in this tournament.
Ok. Dernière question, j'imagine.
Coach, we usually know that one of the problems with our national team is the environment. What measures have you taken to secure the environment so that your players are not disturbed or destabilized?
No, I think we have a wonderful location here. We have 2 nice pitches. We have a lot of support from the local people who we have to say thank you to, because they've really been really warm with us. We're eating well, we're sleeping well, and this is the first day, so obviously it can seem a bit hectic, but most of them are used to this. And this is why we play football, this is why we coach, this is why we play football. Everybody wants to participate in these type of environments, right? Obviously, if we're going to do the same thing like maybe many of you do, is to reading all the newspapers and to create conclusions. I don't think the players do that, and if they do, I suggest them not to do it, because it's useless. We have our day schedule, and I also want to apologize personally on the delay. We had a little bit delay with our meeting in preparation of the match as well. Sorry for that, but yeah, we're good. We feel good, and probably this is the first day that we can really, because yesterday also we had meeting with CAF and everything was a day later because we came a day later, and we trained a bit later as well. But even there you see the spirit, the players just adapt. We do a wonderful training yesterday. We finished 10:30 in the evening and no problems. We eat, so we're positive.
Avec ta permission, coach, tout le monde présente la chaleur ici comme le tout premier adversaire. Et ceux qui sont là, est-ce que c'est la même impression que vous avez depuis que vous êtes arrivé?
Alors, you see that the temperature is present like an enemy.
The biggest enemy.
Yes. Are you feeling that? Are your players comfortable with that?
No, I've played in warmer conditions than this. It's actually quite nice, and the time of the matches 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6:30. It's wonderful weather to play. Obviously, I'm talking about here. I don't know the conditions in other parts of Egypt. Yes, so, but for what we feel here, training. We've trained yesterday one time at 11 in the morning, and it was hot. It was 30 degrees, but okay. Nobody complaining. We drink a lot, which is important, hydrate, because we don't want a second Kalou situation. And yeah, it's all good. No extreme situations for us now.
Merci.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.